had the blinders on. Hey guys, it's Destiny. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to talk about today, like, coming from a spiritual community, even so far as into teaching it and being in a very holistic community that, you know, did trauma healing, chakra alignments, card readings, and Reiki, and all the other spiritual practices that are very new age. Living in a retreat home and all the other things that I used to do, I was very, very, very well educated on the practices and just spirituality in itself. And before I found God, or should I say, before I knew God, because when I think of like my past, I actually think of certain events where I think to myself like, wow, God, you were definitely there. So God has always been with me. I just kind of like forgot for a little while. I had the blinders on, but now I am fully in sight and ears spiritually. And also in the physical realm, where I see signs and wonders all the time. And, you know, like, I'm just very well acquainted with God at this time. But I just want to talk about these practices and how I feel about these things today. And with spirituality, I feel like there are a lot of things that I got rid of and a lot of things that I do not practice anymore, like deviation and card reading and things of that nature. I obviously definitely stepped aside and got rid of because I seen how it was hindering my growth and how it was opening realms to things that I did not want to encounter in my life. That being said, there are some things that I think spirituality has taught me that help with my faith. And I don't want to say this to offend or anything, any type of religious communities or anything like that. This is just my personal beliefs and my personal path and experiences and what I've come to know through my experiences and what I've been through. So, like light body activation and things like that, I don't do anymore. But I do believe that they do have a purpose. We believe in different realms, higher realms, the spiritual realm, and the physical realm. So, do I still believe in those things? I do, but I think I have a way better understanding of what that is and what that means. So, with the dream realm, I used to believe that that is like a learning situation, so creating your own reality. And so in the physical reality, it's a very dense reality where, you know, you create very slowly and physical laboring to make something into a reality. And that's different than as if you were like in a dream state or a dream realm or a daydream, where as if you think of something and it appears instantaneously and also very intricately, so you can imagine something that you're going to paint, and to paint that masterpiece it would take you hard time, labor, and a lot that goes into it, and you probably wouldn't even still get close to that intricacy that you can imagine within your mind. that's kind of what I like picture heaven to be now. But I used to practice that in a way where I was like creating my own reality. But now I use dreams in a different way because I use them as a way to get messages, and I also interpret dreams in a very prophetic way now instead of in holistic way, meaning that I ask God about it, get confirmation, and I see if it's in alignment. If it's a spiritual attack, I pray against it. And if it is a message from God, I read the Bible and I interpret it in the best way I can while also praying for clarity and confirmation. That's one of the things that I have changed when I moved into my faith. Another is chakras and chakra alignment. So, yes, I used to teach people about their chakras and help them with their alignment in their chakra system. And what we believed in the spiritual community is just that chakras are portals within the body that can get stagnant or they can thrive in their best way. And learning that on a very spiritual level is actually something that I still believe. I don't really practice it as much because I do pray about things and all that stuff, but I've always been a believer in more natural remedies and medicines than I have ever believed in like big pharma. So with that being said, the spiritual chakras would be things like your mind, your throat, your heart, your belly, your sacred, and then your root. And also the crown that is connected to source, which is God, would be like the top part, so the outer body around you. But mostly I believed your aura would be like whatever your activated level would be. So, I mean, do I believe in like the colors and stuff? I mean, auras, I've seen auras, so I can't not believe in that, but I mean, I believe in it into a different extent. Like now I use spirituality and what I've learned, but I actually have included, and not just included, but made God the center and the most high to my belief systems. And that has been a game changer for me, and it's also just like helped me get to that next level in spirituality and in faith and getting to know God and having so many questions for God and just getting to know myself, what programs I have within my mind, how to deprogram those things, and also how to connect those things with God in the best way I have found. So, that being said, I do believe in chakras to an extent. I mean, it's like all about taking care of your body, but now I just include prayer. So, when my mind is foggy, gotta take care of your mind. I pray for clarity. My heart, I pray to purify my heart all the time. My sacral chakra, I obviously take care of that in way more extreme ways now than I ever have. I want to be saving the intimacy for, the lifetime partner and all that. But Yeah, so I just believe it's all about keeping your temple clean, and knowing the chakra system has, for me, just made a way more in-depth like map out of what I want to implement on and keep clean, and is just like let me know my body and my temple more than I would have without all the spirituality. I do not do Hindu practices at all, like Kundalini or other of those practices, which are kind of worship practices and worshiping your carnal body. And it's all about the chakra system and moving it up your spine and activation. I don't do those practices. I just believe in taking care of my body points and nourishing them in really healthy ways, and also praying and, you know, keeping my temple clean. So, that being said, do I believe in yoga? I mean, stretching has been proven to be very good and has a lot of health benefits. So, the stretching of yoga practices I can do. I just won't do Kundalini because it's more of a worship practice. Stretching has been proven to, you know, keep your body healthy, limber, and it's just like all around very beneficial, especially as you get older and you start being, you know, very tense. It's just like a really good practice, especially before gym and things of that nature. So some of the poses in yoga that I've learned, I still do implement those things, but when I meditate, I do it for, you know, God, and I implement prayer into those practices. And I'm just very intentional about, you know, doing it for my temple and keeping God in the center. Okay, Reiki. Okay, so Reiki is a very traditional holistic method where they use energy healing to cure points in the body that may be struggling, or, you know, bad energy removal, stuff like that. So yes, I used to do that, and being empathic myself, I always felt like I took on a lot until I learned how to protect myself, but I never felt like I was protecting myself fully. I would just do a cleanse afterwards. But now that I've realized how much I was taking on in those times of like helping others heal their body, I was taking on so much of that energy. And, you know, these things could be entities, these things could be, you know, whatever they've gone through. And now that I am so close to God, I am realizing like these things were definitely entities, like, you know, depression, demon of depression, demons of all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? But now I have learned that I don't do Reiki anymore, and I'm gonna stay away from Reiki. I don't want to do that or take that stuff on anymore. And if someone asked me for Reiki healing nowadays, I would, you know, just pray. And Reiki is pretty much like getting a blessing or an exorcism, because, you know, you are fighting with something within your body or within your mind, or, you know, within your being in some way. And now I would just pray, or I would actually probably just send them to, a pastor or someone who is certified in prayer to help with those specific elements. And me taking that on and not knowing what I was dealing with is definitely a reason why I would not recommend practicing or going into Reiki for anyone. I would definitely recommend prayer and having angels and God and the higher ups help you and deal with those issues, because in the end, that's all just getting passed around and the demons always come back. So the best thing for you to do is have a regimen in prayer. Protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your friends. And protect them with the most protective thing there is in this universe. And the other one would be oracle card readings. You all know already what I'm going to say about this one. I practiced so many divination practices that I really wish I never dabbled in, because it honestly just opened so many portals into my life that I didn't need. I would always be searching for answers. It became an addiction, just leaves you wanting more, and you're never gonna get a straight up answer or the clarity that you need. You are not asking God, so it's pretty much you're opening portals to who knows what entities. And these entities have powers. They know what's going on. When you open yourself up to those things and you literally are seeking, you're letting them in, and they're going to tell you about your life. They're going to know things that they shouldn't be knowing, and they're going to give you advice that is going to lead you in a runaround, and it's also going to be something that, furthers you from God. So I honestly recommend not going into that, because I did that for years, and it has never benefited my life. If anything, it literally was everything I wanted to hear, but it always left me feeling so empty and unfulfilled, and it would always be a letdown. So it would literally get your hopes up, and it would have you lusting after things of this world that you should not be lusting over. So I would honestly just recommend, praying, asking for clarity on these things, and just trusting God, asking for signs and wonders, because that's gonna be so much more encouraging, and it's going to be so much more clarity when you see a sign and wonder, like a real sign and wonder. It's going to really upgrade your faith, and ask God for that, because that's real. Okay, cards aren't God. Okay, there's nothing that God can't give you that the cards can. When you see those signs and wonders, it will bring you closer to God. I know that I have gotten so far into my faith now that, of course, I pray, and I pray daily, sometimes multiple times a day, but I also feel like I can connect and speak to God in my own ways, or He can speak to me, and it doesn't have to be prayer. Like, if God wants to speak with you, He's going to make it happen. Like, even as far as to, hey, you should go to the meeting at this time, or you should do this, or hey, post that video, make sure you get this message out. Things like that God will literally step into your life, and He is your best friend. He is your confidant, he is your guide, and everything through this life. And there's nothing that I would, give for that relationship with God. He has literally saved me in so many ways. He's guided me in so many ways to better myself, better my life, and I will forever have gratitude for him, and also forever have faith in him that he only wants the best for me. And having that relationship is the best relationship you'll ever have with anyone in your life. So it's worth it, it's beautiful, and it's real. And God's love, when it comes over you, you just know that that's what love is. Like, that's what true love is to feel like. And you're not gonna find that feeling of love in anything else in this world. Not your boyfriend, not your husband, not even your kids. But like, God is pure love. And when you experience that love, you will have faith in him. You will have trust in him like no one else. And I'm just so full of gratitude that I have that relationship and that I have that trust for God, because it has upgraded and vindicated and just made my life better in so many ways. But yeah, I hope all of you get to have that relationship with God. I hope you all get to encounter the love that God has for you, and he wants everyone to come to him. That is why he sent Jesus, his only son, and he wants a relationship with you. Even if you're a sinner, even if you're not to where you think you need to be, God wants to start with you. God wants to gradually get into that relationship, and he wants to excel your life, and the only way to do that is to let him. That's all I have for you guys today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss an upload, and also like this video if it has brought you value in any way. Hit the like button, and it also helps the algorithm, helps other people find this video that might need this message as well. And it also helps me, so I really appreciate it. I love you all with the love of Christ. Have a blessed day.